What was it like when they scored the second goal? I mean, obviously it's a punch in the gut, but
Yeah.
how do you guys regroup?
Yeah, just props to the guys. Like, obviously one that I want to have, and just dug deep and was, crazy. So it was awesome.
At what point in that period did you realize that you guys might actually win this one?
I think when we scored that first one, just we started playing like tilting the ice and just felt like we were all over their net and had all the chances, and just I felt like if I could just keep it at 2, then we'd have a great chance.
Can you describe what Rantanen did and how you guys feel for him?
Yeah, that's like you can't write it up any better than that. A guy comes over, knocks out his old team, puts the team on his back, and one of the best individual performances I've seen in playoffs in my life. So just so happy for him, and just to start.
Jake, they get the shorthanded goal. You guys go into that second intermission down 1-0. What was said in the room? What did Pete say?
Yeah, I think everyone just said that we liked our game and we had chances, and felt like if we played that way again, we'd have a chance to win. So just didn't change a thing. Didn't start trying to play run and gun. Just played the right way and got rewarded.
Third spring in a row you guys had a Game 7. This was the first time you guys did a trail.
Yeah.
How different and what makes this one
it's not as fun. Yeah, it's not as fun. So I think that just shows us in here like it's not over till it's over. Like we're never out of it. Down 2-0 would have been easy for us to just say it wasn't our year, and just wouldn't be denied, and just so happy to be a small part of this team.
Wyatt Johnston has 3 goals in 3 Game 7s. What's it like to have a clutch guy like that on the team?
Yeah, it's awesome. Just the fact that he's 21 is crazy. Just like so mature beyond his years. Such a great human being. Going to be a great Dallas Star for a very long time. So just not surprising to anyone in here, and future is really bright for him.
Pete 9-0 now in Game 7s. I mean, you've been through a few of these with him now. What kind of makes sense to you about why he's 9-0 in these spots?
I think just getting the guys ready, to play the right way, play the way we have all year. I think we at times were the better team in the series, and then when we didn't play well, they were way better than us. So we just knew if we played the right way, we'd have a chance to win, and just happy we got rewarded.
How long do you guys give yourselves before you start thinking about the next series?
Just probably till tomorrow night, when whoever wins tomorrow night. So either team's going to be an awesome series, and just can't wait to get going again.
How much confidence do you guys have getting past a team like Colorado here in the first round that you can handle the next?
For sure. I have a hard time believing that there's any team that's that much better than Colorado out there left. So just, we got to play the right way, and I think if we do that, focus on one game at a time, not get ahead of ourselves, and maybe try to win Game 1, we can go from there.
Obviously, you guys didn't want to think about the opportunity of not winning this game and not getting Robo and Miro back as part of the chase for the ultimate goal. If you can get them back, how monumental would this be?
Yeah, two All-Stars. Just shows you a lot about the team that we don't have those guys, and we're here still. So just whenever they come back, they're going to be obviously welcome with open arms, and until then, guys are continuing to step up.
Thank you.
Yep.
So how do you describe that ending? Obviously, just quite a comeback, and was there ever a thought when you thought this is going to be a loss?
Yeah, I like Coach Pete said in his speech to us at the end, there's never a doubt. Yeah, not the way we drew it up, but I think that just shows how special of a group we have here, just battling back. Everyone contributing from Jakey and out to Mikko, and just really cool game to be a part of.
What was it like watching Mikko basically pick the team up and single-handedly pull y'all back into it?
It was great. He's an awesome player. Everyone knows that, and just looked like a guy who was not going to be denied tonight. Just had that look on his face that he was going to make some huge plays, which obviously he did. And so, it was awesome.
Is there any added motivation from the group knowing the storyline, the narrative of him being the one to eliminate his old team to help him in that chase?
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty fitting. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we wanna win for each other, and I think that goes a little extra when it's a guy like that who is such a big part of our team and was obviously there for a long time, and everyone kind of knows. Obviously the trade and what went on, and so it's so awesome. We're so happy as a group and for him, and it's awesome.
We hear the word belief a lot in relation to events like this. How much did that first goal from Mikko kind of kickstart that belief that you guys could pull it out?
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, I mean, we always feel like we're in it no matter what the score is, but one goal deficit seems a lot better than a 2-goal deficit, especially in the third. And I think we've shown all year. We showed last game that we were never out of the game. Obviously didn't end the way we wanted to, but yeah, I mean, that definitely gets a lot of belief into the group when he gets that one to get us back to one back.
Where does this win rank for you in terms of feel good victories?
It's up there for sure. Just the way we did it. Yeah, I mean, I don't, probably wasn't a whole lot of belief that we were going to be able to get it done with 15 minutes left in the third. And so, yeah, it's just awesome we were able to battle back. And, especially in front of the home crowd, it was amazing. Out on the ice, my ears are still ringing a little bit from how loud they were. But, yeah, it's up there for sure. And still, hopefully, a lot of, pretty special games and special wins coming up the next little while.
You're literally bleeding from your nose. Can you just talk about what it took to survive this series?
Yeah, it's a battle. Playoffs are a battle. It makes it so much fun. Fun to play and fun to watch. It's I don't know. Playoffs hockey is the best, and that's what happens. You get some bumps and bruises, and I mean, they definitely feels a little better after a win.
Three straight springs with a Game 7. You've scored in all of them. What is it about the big moment that you kind of relish?
I don't know. I think for me, it's just doing what I can to help pitch in, help the team win. It requires everyone to win a series, to win, especially a Game 7. So for me, it's just doing what I can to help the team, whether that's scoring a goal, or if that's helping the team kill off a penalty, or getting a puck out. It's kind of whatever it is. For me, it's just coming with that same mindset to Game 7 and just try to help the team as much as I can. Obviously today Dutch made a great play to me, and just try to get it on net.
What does it mean to do this without Miro and Jason?
Yeah, it's awesome. It shows again what a special group we have. I mean, you lose two guys like that are as important to our team as those two guys are, and it's I don't think many teams are getting through that. So I think that it just shows just the resiliency, the depth that we have. Everyone had to step up and cover those holes. So yeah, I mean, it's awesome, and hopefully we can get them back as soon as possible, because even though we can help try to fill those holes, they're two amazing players, and we want them in the lineup as soon as we can.
You guys don't know who you're going to play in the next round, but looking around too, is there a lot of belief in this team that you can basically beat anybody after beating a team like Colorado?
Yeah, I think we have such a great group, and I think we have so much confidence in our team that we can beat anyone, and it's great to go against a team that's one of the best teams in the league in Colorado. They obviously know what it takes, having won a cup a couple years ago, and they have some amazing players, and they play really hard. And so for us, it's great to gain that confidence in beating a team like that, and just try to build it on. But yeah, I think as a group we have that confidence that we can win any series against anyone.
When you look at not only tonight's goal but the other Game 7 goals, I think all three have been sort of tight angle, top shelf. Do you practice that a lot, and how are you so able to sneak it in at that angle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just trying to score, really. You obviously work on different things in practice, and try to work on things so that when you're in a game, it feels comfortable. It's not something new. Yeah, I mean, tonight it was just a great pass by Dutchy, and for me, just trying to hit the net from a tougher angle, and lucky enough it went in.
The question, the cut on your nose, was that from the game or from the celebration?
It was, I think, from the game last minute or so. I don't know, it's, the last couple of minutes your adrenaline's going so hard you don't.
You're positive.
I think, I don't know. It's, I know, I remember what happened. I just kind of got bumped. I don't know how I ended up getting a cut. It's obviously, it's not bad or anything, but great. Feels great. Obviously, still a ton of work to do. This isn't the destination for us. This is the start of what we plan to be a super long run, and a Stanley Cup, and so it's awesome to to get that first quarter done, and we're looking forward to the next series.
How do you wrap your mind around Pete being 9-0 in Game 7?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super impressive. That's Game 7 seemed to be pretty close to 50-50, and for him to be able to come out on top of every single one he's been in so far is it's pretty cool, and we're happy we kept that streak going.
Mikko, what flipped for you there in the third period to start that comeback, and what does it mean to be able to really put the team on your back and get this win tonight?
Yeah, obviously feeling it's incredible to win a series, first of all, against a really good team, and the series was probably not exactly what I expected. I expected a 7-game series before even Game 1, and the ups and downs in the series. We didn't play a couple of games. We didn't play well at all, and even tonight, a little bit flat first 2 periods, and give up a goal on the power play. And they score first shift of the third, kind of takes the air out of the building. But I think belief was there with the group the whole time, and obviously was able to make a play to get the first one. I think then crowd started to roll, and we got a couple of looks after that, but yeah, the crowd really helped us there at the end.
Mikko, I have to ask, would you use the word revenge to describe this? Like, how badly did you want to beat the team that traded you?
Well, I don't know. It's like I've said before, when I got traded, it's business, and obviously things happened not the way I expected to happen, but it's business, like I've said many times, and I don't know, revenge. I'm just happy to win another team in the playoffs. It doesn't matter who it is. So I'm just happy to be on the winning side and move on here.
Hey, Mikko. You've only played with Wyatt Johnston for a few months, but he's got 2 Game 7 series clinching goals in his career, and he's just 21 years old. What do you see in him, and what did you see on his goal tonight?
Yeah, he's a big-time player. I remember last year playing against him in the playoffs. He was always, because he kills penalties, he plays first power play, he does everything really well, he defends well, scores big goals, so I'm not surprised he got the game winner. He well deserved, and heck of a player. He's only 21, so he's only gonna get better when the years go by, and a big part of our group. So I'm happy for him.
Do 2 more questions, Robert, and then Jeff.
Mikko, how do you prepare for a game like this and then for a third period like that, just given everything, like you said, your friends and brothers on the other side of the ice, everything that's at stake in a series like this? How did you prepare for it today and then before that third period?
Well, yeah, it's Game 7. I think it's the first Game 7 I've ever won. I don't think we won one with when I was in that room, but it didn't really. I just prepared like any other game in this series. I knew obviously it's all or nothing game. You go home or you go to the next round. But I think preparation was the same, and I was pretty calm before the game, and obviously going into the third, I tried to, as a team, we had good belief still. Obviously the first shift of the third when they score, it's a tough one. It's sometimes those ones are tough to swallow, but I think our group responded really well. On the bench, there was chatter 5 seconds after the puck went in, to keep going, and I think that's what we did. It was tells a lot about the mental state of this team, and they've been through a lot. You can tell they have experience.
Hey, Mikko, two-part question. First off, obviously you spent 10 years with that team. You wind up tonight wearing the Cowboy hat after the hat trick in Game 7. How does this moment make you feel more like a Dallas Star? And then also, obviously, you won the Cup with Colorado in 22. What about the way this team's playing now makes you think that this team can win it all?
Yeah, the first part obviously felt really good to win the game, and that's about it. It felt just a really good feeling to win the game, and similarities to 22 team when we won. It was, I think it was a really deep team when we won, and I could see some similarities in this team. Obviously, we're missing Miro and Robo the whole first round. They're two elite players. So I think whenever they come back, it's going to help give us even more depth. But I think the depth is a really big key in the Cup run, and obviously, gotta say Otter. He's a difference maker. He's a really good goalie, and there was 2-0 when we were up, or they were up 2-0. He made some key saves. If there's a third goal, it's probably over, and they're celebrating now. So he's one of the best goalies in the world.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.